Hi guys, this is Pastor Mike again from Mission Experience. I want to thank you for joining us in this series of Living Through Crisis Lessons from Haiti. First of all, I want to encourage you to be praying for those who suffer, those who are vulnerable, and for our frontline workers, especially the doctors and nurses. We've heard some pretty horrible stories of what they've been going through. So let's remember to pray for God's grace to be upon them. I want to give an update on what's happening in Haiti right now. There are 15 recorded cases right now of the virus, and 445 have been quarantined. The country's basically shut down. There's no planes going in, the borders are closed, they shut down every factory. There's a curfew at 8 o'clock at night. But just yesterday, they ordered 7 factories to open back up since they make medical supplies and masks. They'll keep some in their country for their people, and they'll send the rest to us like they normally do into the United States. So let's pray for those factory workers as they go back to work. I want to talk to you today about a spirit of generosity. Years ago, when I was in Haiti, I was in Gonaives, and we were walking the streets, and we came across this woman who was on her front porch, and she had 2 mangoes in her hand. The lady next to her, who lived next door, didn't have any. And she was hungry and needed food for her family. So she asked this lady if she could have one. And the lady gave it without a thought of what she was going to have tomorrow or food for her family tomorrow. You know, we've witnessed a very selfish spirit right now in America. We've watched hoarders buy up everything they can and put others at risk. I was told a story by a friend of mine the other day that they were in a shopping store at a grocery store. And this elderly man who was looking for some noodles, and he came up behind them at the cash register. And they asked him what he needed, and he told them. They held up some spaghetti noodles and offered it to him. And at that moment, the person next to them grabbed the noodles out of their hand and said, "Well, we'll take it." There may or may not have been a threat, and the noodles returned and given to the elderly man. But it shows you a spirit that we've got to break in this country. Hoarding for ourselves. You know, in Haiti, they live a day-to-day existence, and there's no refrigeration for most people. That's a luxury. We, who have got refrigeration, we tend to be hoarding up for months without a concern for somebody else. You know, in Romans 7, Paul writes that we have this battle going on inside of us. It's an old man, new man struggling. But we can, by God's grace and by the power of His Spirit, choose to live in the opposite spirit. We can let His Spirit prod our hearts to be generous to others. So how is God leading you to be generous right now? Now, I'm not saying if you're staying at home, you need to go out. We don't want you to put yourself at risk. But maybe some of you are volunteering at food pantries. Maybe you can make an extra meal and leave it at your neighbor's doorstep. Maybe you can write letters to the people in nursing homes who now have no visitors, or to those in hospitals who now are completely by themselves. You know, it says in Hebrews 10, verse 39, "But we are not of those who shrink back to destruction, but of those who have faith to the preserving of our soul." Let us not be people who shrink back in this moment. One of the things our family is going to do is we got brown lunch sacks, and we're going to paint them. And we bought extra Easter candy. We're going to fill them with candy on Easter, and we're going to leave them at the front steps of all of our neighbors. What's God challenging you to do? Let us not shrink back in this moment, but stand as people of faith. May Jesus bless you.